Hello everyone, this is Gary with your cards of the day, and today I've chosen to use three very unusual oracle decks instead of the usual tarot cards. So what we have here is my own Greek oracle deck. We have the Power of the Runes cards, and we also have the ancient Egyptian Ramat oracle deck. And our first card for today is Kappa, which has the tagline, "Fighting waves is difficult." Now, the feeling that this gives me very strongly is that there may well be projects and things that we really want to be getting on with today, but somehow it's just not quite working as we would like, and there's difficulties or there's obstacles in the way, or it could even be that the timing is just not quite right yet. I mean, we are fast approaching yet another Mercury retrograde, so there's an element of that really will throw things into chaos, and it will make the beginning of new projects a little bit awkward, because Mercury retrograde always messes up communications. It's been known to mess up electrical equipment. It's been known to mess up anything that relates to commerce or communication, as Mercury, the Roman version of the god Hermes, just basically starts playing with us. It's going back, apparently going backwards in the heavens, which is the point with the retrograde, and it just makes getting clear communication out very, very difficult. So what we could be looking at here is a little bit of a portent of that any new projects, any sort of new endeavours that we're looking to do could have that element of difficulty in them, certainly for the next period of time until Mercury goes direct again, which I believe is the 8th of August. So there's an element here of perhaps just enduring this, not trying to fight against it, not trying to resist the sort of difficulties that we are perhaps experiencing today and likely to experience in the next week or so. So just really endure, put up with it, and try to, in a sense, try to keep positive that even if there are these difficulties around us, eventually they will shift. Now let's have a look at the next card and see if that gives us some indication of where the difficulties may manifest. We have the rune of Anzur, or Anzuz, and this is a rune of communication. This very much is a rune of having the answers, in a sense almost perhaps divine inspiration, and being able to communicate that to others. Actually, it's a very positive rune, because it says that ultimately in our endeavours to communicate we will be successful. So in a sense, even though we've had the difficulties previously, we are likely to gain success ultimately with this, and be able to, interestingly, the phrase that's coming to mind is play the harp our own way. So it's kind of like things will come around, we will get our own way with things eventually. It may just take a little time. So, looking to our third card, this should give us some idea of perhaps an ultimate outcome, or it may even be supportive of the other cards here. And what we have is the card of air, which is a deity called Keben Sun F, and this is the Lord of the East Winds. All things associated with this deity and with this card are related to learning, things of an intellectual nature, communication, and generally just sort of things that have that kind of cerebral air quality, which if you think about, interestingly, if you think about the suit of air in tarot, that relates to thoughts. Anything that relates to thought can be related to intellect and the sort of the academic side of things as well. And the interesting thing about this particular deity is that he was seen as being a messenger of the gods, messenger of Ra. So we really are dealing with a kind of almost Egyptian equivalent of Hermes stroke Mercury. And this suggests that ultimately things will turn around. We will get that, for want of a phrase, breath of fresh air after the difficulties we've experienced, after us putting up with that but still trying to move things forward gently, communicate with people and get our point across. Ultimately, we're in a position where those endeavours start to pay off. So this, interestingly enough, this actually feels like a reading not just for today, but as I say, with Mercury retrograde looming, it does feel like a reading perhaps that could take us 3 weeks into the future, 4 weeks into the future here, because we have this Mercury retrograde coming up, and that is likely to cause us to have these issues. But ultimately, that turns around, we get the message across, we get people onto the same page as ourselves, and things start to turn around. So if we just have a quick recap, it's kind of interesting. We have the card of Kappa, indicating some difficulties, some opposition perhaps. This could even be people opposing our ideas today. So taking it into a slightly microcosm level, this could actually be, we're putting ideas out there and somebody somewhere is obstructing us, blocking us, trying to oppose our vision. We have Anzur, though, supporting us, suggesting that sooner or later we will get our ideas across, and when we do, they will be recognized for what they are, they will be recognized as quality, and things will start to turn around in our favor. And we have the card of air, suggesting that eventually the messenger of the gods will go direct again, be this Hermes, Mercury, or be this Keben Sun F, and we will be in a position where all of those difficulties that we've had previously disappear, and suddenly we are able to move things forward. We are able to get the results that we are looking for. As I say, this occurs for today, but I think it's also worth bearing this in mind for the next few weeks as well, especially when we go into that Mercury retrograde. So, I hope you've enjoyed these cards of the day, and this perhaps slight peek into the events of the next month. As always, please feel free to leave me some comments and let me know how these themes interacted with your day today. I want to wish everyone a really happy, successful and easy day as much as is possible, and love, light, blessings and frith to you all.